Hi and welcome. My name is Teresa Anderson, and today in this Deeper Discussion podcast episode, I will be sharing with you one of the poems I love. And it's a poem that has impacted my spiritual journey. It helped me reorientate myself, and instead of looking outside of myself for what I needed, I learned to turn back towards myself instead. Through self inquiry and self reflection, I learned to befriend myself. The poem helped set me on a clearer path towards self development, enabling me over time to reorientate and find inner peace and come to love myself unconditionally by reconnecting with my authentic self. Sometimes, when we come across the right piece of poetry at the right time in our lives, it can be kind of like a shock point that wakes us up to where we find ourselves. Before I read you the poem, I invite you to ask yourself, do you sometimes feel that you are estranged from some aspects of your authentic self? Is it possible that you have, at different points in your life, turned away and self rejected or self abandoned? If so, are you ready to open up to the possibility of more consciously setting an intention to turn back towards yourself in order to reconcile with yourself? I have loved this poem by Derek Walcott for years. I'll read it to you now. Love after love. The time will come when, with elation, you will greet yourself, arriving at your own door, in your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome and say, sit here, eat. You will love again the stranger who was yourself. Give wine, give bread, give back your heart to itself. To the stranger who has loved you all your life, whom you ignored for another, who knows you by heart. Take down the love letters from the bookshelf, the photographs, the desperate notes. Peel your own image from the mirror. Sit. Feast on your life. Now I'd like to give you a bit of a backstory that will help you understand how words and the context and meaning we find with them can help us heal in unexpected ways. Over more than 2 decades, I've been on a journey to reconnect with and reclaim my authentic self. I've learned to retrieve the rejected and abandoned pieces of myself and bring peace to my life at a deep core level. I had the good fortune of meeting the poet as he came to Alberta and recited some of his poetry to a small, fortunate audience. As I was preparing this episode, I thought, if I ever got a tattoo, what would that tattoo be all about? And it came to me that I think I would have a tattoo of this poem, as it really expresses how I feel, and it also expresses my connection to it. This poem has had such a depth charge for me. It's provided me with many opportunities over the years to touch into my life and to re-examine the ways in which I felt abandoned and rejected. There were times when I'd felt others had left me high and dry, having rejected or abandoned me, left me at the side of the curb, so to speak. I came to recognize as well that at several other critical, pivotal crossroads in my life, I had abandoned myself and engaged in self rejection. I invite you to look at this poem's potential to pierce your own heart open to itself. When we discover that we've been the harshest on ourselves and that we can instead choose to turn towards the mirror and to see ourselves with compassion and grace, that is the beginning of the real, authentic love affair that can set us free. Loving yourself unconditionally is a freedom that is available to all of us if we stop looking outwards and instead begin the deep journey, the migration to the world behind our eyes, where our soul looks back out into the world of the here and now. Our real power lies within us, and so do our gifts. We can regain our self love and self acceptance. Before we finish up today, I would like to offer you 2 self inquiry prompts for you to live into over a period of time. Be gentle and curious and start a conversation with yourself. You can even journal, that might be really helpful. So, the questions you can ask yourself: what do I know and have always known about myself that I've pushed away? Can I turn towards that self rejected piece of myself and offer myself kindness, compassion, and unconditional love? And if so, what might that look like? What is the whisper that I hear when I am woken up in the middle of the night? The whisper that is calling me to self remember. And what is that piece of myself that is needing my acceptance now in my life? From my heart to yours, I want to thank you very much for spending some of your time with me. And until next time, I wish you well.